relationship success with emotional intelligence. If you are not emotionally intelligent, you just can't have a healthy relationship. Emotional intelligence is the ability to recognize, understand, and manage our own emotions, and then recognize, understand, and either influence or simply accept the emotions of others. Emotional intelligence is 100% necessary to have a healthy relationship. Have you ever been in a relationship with someone who invalidated your feelings or didn't really listen to you explaining why your outlook on something was the way that it is? You were probably caught up with someone who has very low emotional intelligence. So today I'm going to give you several key points to develop yours. It's super easy. It's fast. It's stuff you can practice and focus on as you go about your daily life, so it won't take any extra time out of your schedule. So that works. If that sounds good to you, stick around. First, check and see if you're a subscriber here, and if not, please become one by clicking the subscribe button and the bell so that you get notifications when we drop videos like this to help you live a happier life with better relationships. I'll be right back.
GILD Coaching. More success, less stress.
I talk about emotional intelligence a lot because it's very necessary for a lot of the components of our lives. So today I'm going to focus on just a few of the different keys or elements of emotional intelligence that are specifically related to you and the relationships that you want to have in your life, whether it's a dear friendship, whether it's a better relationship with a family member, or whether it's a romantic relationship, whatever. What we're going to talk about today is going to help you to become a more aware person and someone who is more poised for meaningful connection, because who cares if we're connecting if it's not meaningful? So the first element of emotional intelligence that we're going to talk about today is self-awareness. Okay, so it's very, very important that we recognize and we understand our own emotions, what we're actually feeling, and how to effectively manage them. One way that you can improve your self-awareness in this area is check out the video description here. We have a tool that you can download. It's a one-page download. You can print it out or you can just have it on your device. And it goes through a deeper view of emotions. For example, if you say I'm angry, well, there's a lot of different components of anger. You could be frustrated or disappointed or confused, and there's a whole bunch of different things in there. So the tool that we have for you to download will let you go through those different things and figure out specifically, pinpoint exactly what you're feeling. Because you could say, oh, I feel so happy today. Great. What exactly are you feeling? You're feeling fulfilled, or you're feeling supported, or you're feeling loved. You know, what element of happiness are you feeling? Understanding the very specific level of emotion that we're having helps us to understand who we are, what we feel on a daily basis. It can also help us to recognize and be able to have more of a handle on our emotional triggers. So self-awareness is number one. Number two, from self-awareness, you are able to then self-regulate. That is the second component of emotional intelligence we're talking about today. It is so significant to be able to control impulsive reactions. I always say you're either responding, which involves thought, or you're reacting, which is immediate. And if you're in that constant reactive flow, we know people like this. You'll try to talk to them, you'll say something, and they'll just snap back, and they weren't even listening, and it's just, the impulsivity is just off the charts. So if you are aware of your emotions, then you can start self-regulating them to control these impulsive tendencies that some of us have, some less than others. And that is how you start to manage your emotions, specifically in challenging situations. Because anybody can have a surface friendship, anybody can have a surface relationship, but when it comes down to it and there's kind of a tense moment, the way that you handle yourself there, the way you treat yourself, and then the way that you allow yourself to treat others really says a whole lot about the health of the relationship and if it's sustainable. Some strategies for self-regulation are just really, you can keep a journal. And if you're like, ugh, she's telling me to keep a journal again, open up a note in your iPhone or in your Android. There are note apps in there, and just have a note that you just say, all right, well, this just happened and this was my emotional reaction. Somebody just cut me off in traffic, and emotionally, this is what it felt like. And because it felt like this is what I did. The other day, my daughter, who's a pretty new driver, we were waiting for her to be able to pull into a gasoline pump to put fuel in her car. And the woman who was leaving the pump that we were waiting for, she was done. And she was just sitting in her car doing whatever she was doing. And we were sitting there like, really wish that she'd move. And then she just drove off like slow as she could possibly drive off. I don't know what was going on with her, but we were just kind of sitting there. And then as she drove off, she honked at us and made like this really nasty hand gesture. And we were like, what happened there? And my 16-year-old reacted a little bit and, went a little bit negative. And I said, hold on, wait. Whatever just happened is her problem. It's not our problem. This is not an us problem. This is a her problem. And so let's just let her leave with that negativity and just be there. That is an example of self-regulation. Ways that you can self-regulate are deep breathing exercises. You can take a pause before responding, and you can practice empathy. And I kind of did all of that. I was like, okay, let's wait, and then let's try to figure out what was going on with her. I don't know what was going on with her, and it's not my problem, and she drove off, and maybe I'll never see her again. All right, so that leads me to the next component that we're going to discuss, which is empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and consider the emotions of others and the feelings that they cause. So when you can try to connect with the feeling of an emotion, because just think about it, there's anger in you and you feel it somewhere. Like, just pause and see, do I feel it here? Does it make, a tight clenching in my throat? Is there a tightness in my chest? Is there a burning in my belly? Is there, a tingling at my third eye chakra? Where am I feeling this emotion? Everybody has feelings that are connected to the emotion. So if you want to exercise empathy, try things such as active listening. Put yourself in the other person's shoes as much as you can. Just imagine, like I tried to do with that woman. I don't know her. I don't know her name. I don't know anything about her. But what I do know is she was not having a good day, and there was something that happened in our vehicle that she didn't like. And so, that's that. But I paused for a minute to think about that. So you can also ask open-ended questions to the other person to understand their perspective. Don't come with judgment, just come with curiosity. And the last component that we're going to talk about today is social skills. So the role of effective communication is significant in relationships. And if you have self-awareness, you're practicing self-regulation, you are really focusing on being empathetic, you should have more effective communication. They snowball into each other, which is why I chose these 4 components of emotional intelligence for this. But effective conflict resolution is very, very, very important. For conflict resolution, do not try to solve a conflict when emotions are high. Different things are going on in your brain that I'm not going to take the time to explain today that can inhibit your ability to communicate effectively from a state of calm. And then you also want to develop a sense of collaboration, because relationships have more than one person in them. So this is a lot about you and the skills that you're training in yourself as you go on, but this is also a lot about the other person and how you're nurturing that healthy relationship. So you can improve your social skills, such as assertive communication, expressing emotions constructively, and practicing gratitude and appreciation pretty easily, I would say. Assertive communication, you just need to understand who you are, what you're feeling, and think of a concise and respectful way to communicate it. And that's basically assertive communication. So those are the 4 points that you can really follow if you want to start creating healthier relationships that contribute to healthy communication, and a happier life. I mean, start incorporating these strategies into your life today, and you will over time strengthen your relationships. Doing these things for a week isn't going to be like some magic formula, But doing these things and allowing these skills to grow, because they're just like anything else. It's just like going to the gym to build your muscles or anything else. It's going to grow the strength in this area. And I know that you can do it. If you have any questions, please leave comments below, or you can always email me, jane@gildcoaching.com. If this was of help to you, give me a thumbs up. And if you didn't already, subscribe and hit the bell so you know the next time we drop a video like this to help you live a happier life. See you next time.